scripture, we want to thank, okay? Team Aloha works off of a team. That's why our leader, CEO of Council, Purple Diamond, has made it that way. We want you this next year to be a part of this team. You guys in it? Are you in it to win it? I think so. That's what it's all about, right? Get in the playing field. If anything you get today is get on the playing field, okay? Get off the bench and get on the field, get in the fight, okay? With that, we're going to bring up our first speaker for the morning. Once again, really quick, introduce this individual. This individual actually was a school teacher, okay, by trade. He was a professor for BYU for over 35 years. And if you read his biography, it's hard to believe that he's lost his confidence. He's done everything right what the system has taught him as a college professor, as a school-educated person. But what happened economically failed him. And it's hard to believe his passion even for running was hampering his life. But Kyani came around the corner, and he caught the vision, and he caught the fire. And it is so good to know that today he's not only running today, he has a desire to win. Do you have a desire to win? Yes. Okay. He left his past, he entered Kyani, and he started the journey. And today you're going to get a chance to see some of these slides from this guy. He began the leadership of Team Aloha and the future of where we're headed. And I can say I'm really excited. He is the CEO Council. And that is huge. He does many great things across the nation. Like Scott says, he's like Waldo. He's hard to find. So we have him here today. Okay? And we're going to keep him here today. Okay? With that, I want you to help me bring him up. Newly founded Purple Diamond, Mike Akagi!
That works.
Oh, there you go.
Aloha! That has become my favorite song. I used to love the old Jack North, for those of you who remember the old Hawaii Five-0, the Ely Time Hotel, and all those good old days. And when I first went up on the stage, they used to play Eye of the Tiger, and then somebody said, "Oh, it's totally not my Hawaii Five-0. You know, he's old." So it's perfect, and so are you. Thank you for being here today. I can't tell you how full my heart is right now. This is going to be the most amazing weekend. When you go away from our conventions, you leave there just like on a cloud, you know, like life is different when you walk out. And this little thing we're doing today is going to be the same way. When you walk out the door after the day is done today, you're going to feel like a burden has been lifted. You're going to feel like the world is yours, okay? And when you get back out there, don't let anybody take that away from you. That's the secret of coming to these meetings and getting back out there and making Kyani the dream that everybody shares with you. You got that? I mean, it really is that good. It is that perfect. I've been a college professor for 37 years. I was, thanks to Kyani. I was a college professor. And let me tell you, when I look at things, I study them. You know, that's what I did as a profession for 37 years. And when you look at Kyani, you can't help the average person of intelligence. That's not you. You guys are above that, right? I'm not saying that. When you go out into the world, all those other people, right? All those average people, okay? When they look at Kyani and they finally hear the people on the planet, how could we be so lucky? It's like that. Kirk Hansen, you might have heard me say this. I had the opportunity early on of seeing Apple Computer. That's all it was. It was born when I was in college. Okay, that's how old I am. And I watched that evolve. And I looked inside. I looked at PC. I was on PC for 5 years, and then Apple came along. And I looked inside, and I saw machine language. You got to get that Windows is at the way up here, not high. Actually, it's just on the surface, and that's why viruses can invade. But Apple is made at the core, at the machine language level, so it doesn't get viruses. It's probably conservatively, just from a researcher, 10,000 times more powerful than Windows. So end of argument. I know there's PC guys out there. I'm not trying to knock you guys, but Apple's it. Sorry. Okay. But anyway, so I saw that. But you know what changed me about Apple? I met Steve Jobs. I was one of the first people to create software for Apple. I was one of the first authorized Apple software creators. And I saw Steve Jobs. And you know what's magical about that guy? He had vision. He saw things that normal human beings, and then he had that drive, that passion that other people don't have. And when I met Kirk Hansen, guess what I saw? I met Kyani. I saw these products that were at the machine language level, at the cellular level of our body. There isn't a set of products that, outside of a generic pill that they stick in your body and you're perfect. Okay? Because it's got to be cheap, because Kyani is base price. You got to get omega-3s from the doctor, $100, we're 40 or 45. So you got to get, we're at the machine language level, we're at the core, and we're affordable. That's why everything works. And that vision, that passion, comes from Kirk Hansen. So when I went over to Japan, they had pictures of the leaders over there in the office and everything. They had my picture on the wall. They said, take all that down. I want Kirk Hansen's picture. He's going to be around. He's 42 years old. I'm 65. I'm going to be Palhana. I'm going to be done with life and work in, 20 years. He's still going to be around. So he put his picture. And that's why Kyani is different. Because he has that man. He's only 42 years old driving this company. And that's why in the beginning I used to compare Kyani is the Apple computer of this industry. It's different. It's full of passion. It's full of excitement. It's alive. And that's what you want. That's what you want to be involved in, is that kind of energy. It's changed me. I didn't be able to used to talk like this, okay? I was one of those boring college professors, okay? But seriously, Kyani lit up my passion. It changed my life. It changed my body. It brought my wife back. It brought my mother. It really did do that for me, and that's why I got passionate about it. Stephen Hatch last night was talking about that. Well, what makes Kyani different is you. When you really get what you have in your hand, you can't help but be passionate about it. Let it out. Don't be conservative. Don't be reserved. Let the whole world know what we have. The only reason why those people are telling you no is because they don't get it. And I said no for 8.5 months. You're going to give up on me? What if I was in your downline? How would that be? Okay? So get that 8.5 months. I said, no, guys, don't let those soothsayers like Mike Akagi get to you, because if you can get them to understand what you understand, they're all going to do Kyani. You get it? So you have to go out with that kind of passion, that kind of love, that kind of aloha for everybody. You have to be beyond your own self. You have to care about other people more than you do yourself. And that's all I've done. With that passion, nobody's ever told me no. Because I know that person who said no doesn't mean it. Because if they knew what I knew, they'd be doing it. And they would be as passionate as I was. So get and understand what God, I believe God brought me to this. I was praying every day when this came along. I just didn't believe He'd send me network marketing. Okay? So you got to get that. That somehow you're here, somehow you're at the right place at the right time. There's never been, if you really study and look at Kyani, there's never been an opportunity like this. I think about all the immigrants who came here from Asia, all the immigrants in America who came from Ireland, the potato guys, and all those people from Europe. If they had this opportunity sitting in front of them, OMG, would life be different? You have that opportunity. We live in the land of opportunity, and somehow you're lucky enough to run into this. Where in the world are you going to find a company that has products that are emotional, that you put in people, and it changes their life, it changes their health. We've seen people walk away from everything there is. There isn't another set of products or a single product on this planet that holds a candle to what we have. It's the most powerful, life-changing set of products ever developed, and you guys all know that. Even if you're new, you know that. So you have that in your hand. Then you have this amazing company that has people that are like Stephen Hatch. You're going to feel his heart today. Take that away with you. He has the law of spirit. Kyani has the law of spirit. It's all about that. So you have a company that has business owners, not investors. You got to get that. Kirk Hansen stands up in the stage and he says, we're never going public. When we get in a game, we play to win. He's Steve Jobs. This company, you're in a company that absolutely guaranteed is going to go to the top of this industry. How could it not? You have him, you have Carl Taylor, you have Michael Bashir, you have Stephen Hatch, you have Andy Madesh, you have people who care. Every day they're pulling in the seat early in the morning. They work morning, noon, and night for you and for me with that drive, that energy. With a company that has two people that are owners running it, and have companies that do $750 million a year, $500 million a year. So you're talking about the perfect storm because Michael Bashir knows everything about this industry. So you have products, you have a company, and finally, you have a compensation plan that says you work this much, you get paid this much. You work this smart, you get paid more. You work harder, you make more. So if you're stuck, today is going to change your life. The things that we're introducing today, all of them, each one of the speakers, take notes. Listen to what they have to say. Follow them. Do what they did because they're sitting where you want to sit. They're making the kind of money you want to make. They're changing lives, and I say that for last because it's the most important. They're changing lives the way you want to change lives because that's what we're really about. We're about caring and sharing, and I've said that from the very beginning. When we chose the name Team Aloha, we meant it. We have to be different, guys. We have to go out in the world and be different so people see Kyani as different. The minute they meet us, they know Kyani is different because of our passion, because we love other people, because we want other people to have health back no matter how skeptical they are. We know we can deliver that. That's who you have to be. That passion has got to drive you beyond where you normally sit if you want to be successful in Kyani. There's so much negative out there. It's about time something as beautiful and as positive as Kyani came along. And you have it in your hand. It's like a diamond in the rough. It's like a piece of coal that all you've got to do is hold it and have that passion and create a diamond out of it. That's the way I look at Kyani. And that's the way I look at every one of you. Kyani has changed my life. It took me from a broke, do-nothing, sitting at home worried about myself and what's going on, from that into what I've become today. And Stephen and Hatch and I were talking about this today as we were coming down here. Don't believe the press. Don't believe that you're it. Don't ever believe your own press like you're some kind of superstar. Every day I clear myself. Every day I say to myself, in a lot of ways, you have to have that passion and drive, but you also have to have humility. You also have to know that you're nothing. You have to know that when you're standing on the stage talking to people, that they're the reason why you're standing up here. And like Scott Yamaguchi always says, there are no superstars. The products are the superstars. So believe in yourself enough to have passion and drive and get out there and change people's lives. But never let that pride thing enter. Never let anybody believe that you're it. The minute you believe your own press, you're done. So stay in that place where you love and care and share with people because of that drive. So that's what today is all about. That's what Kyani is all about. That's what we're up to in this life is all about. It's personal development. It's becoming better. Reading all the best books. Doing all the best things. Trying to become a better person through your involvement in Kyani and in Team Aloha. I get emotional, I know, so I'm trying to put that aside so I don't start getting mushy, start crying or whatever that is. But I hope you guys get it. I hope you guys really understand that somehow the timing is perfect. You can no longer say, well, you were in the right place at the right time. The only reason why Mike Akagi is on stage is because he's in the beginning. That's absolutely the opposite. No pride involved. You couldn't have done what I did, okay? It was so hard, and all these leaders up front know it. That even Becky Burstell, everybody says, oh, she was the first one, it was easy. She got up this past Saturday, she said, guys, you have no clue what I've been through. I've wanted to give up 100 different times. You're in a perfect position, not me or your leaders. You are. Because Kyani is finally in a place where you can pick it up and run, and you don't have to do what we did. We didn't have these brochures. Chris is going to show you some things about the beginning that will land in your heart. We had the ugliest graphics on our products. You couldn't sell it to the bum on the street. Sorry. We had no brochures. We had no nothing. We had us and our testimonials, right? So now is the perfect time. Remember, that's the theme that Kirk Hansen delivered. Now. So take that with you today. It's not about this. It's not about that. It's about you, your heart. You're willing to take this and run. So please take that away with you today. What you have sitting in front of you is the perfect storm. There has never been an opportunity like this, and you have it sitting in your hand. Now, it's my privilege to bring up to the front of the room somebody who I esteem as my brother from a different mother. And not to let these ladies out. If he was female and I was female, he would be my sister from a different mister, as Kapolei. So this man really is responsible for me standing here. When I first looked at Kyani, I wasn't going to do it. 8.5 months, I wasn't going to do it. I had the opportunity to go up and visit family up in Utah, and this man drove down from Idaho Falls to meet me. And we sat in a restaurant, I believe, and the second I sat down, I felt it. You get it? I felt it. And when he started speaking, he is just like our owners. He's pure. He's humble. He's hard-working to a fault. He's honest. He's a family man. He loves people. And that's what landed in my faith. And I said, my gosh, if this is what Kyani was all about, I'm all in, okay? And since then, we really, truly have become brothers. We just spent a week up in the Andes Mountains with our boys, and it was like magic. It was like nothing you can even understand unless you were there. This man is the most humble, he's just as perfect of a human being on this planet as I know. Two other things I want to say about Stephen Hatch. One is that when I always pride myself for being on time. I am never late, and I think, wow, I'm good. Remember I said you got to stay humble. So this man is a step up from that. He's not only never late, he's always early. Okay, so when I run into him and put him up on a pedestal, there's a reason, because I need to take the next step up to be like this gentleman. So please help me welcome to the stage Kyani Corporation Senior Vice President, Mr. Stephen Hatch.